Hello, welcome to this week's Express class. We're going to work around a little bit more. We're going to do one thing this week. You need to get a circle if you have it, or a cushion. So either one, grab one quickly, and we're going to get started with the class then. So we'll come on to the hands and knees. We'll warm the spine up first, tuck the elbows in. We're going to drop the ribs down to the mat, lift the head up, and then drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling. Good, drop the ribs back down again, lift the head up, and then drop the head down, lift the head up again. So we're just rounding out the spine, back and forward, loosening up the joints. Perfect. And then looking down between the fingertips. Left foot up and out to the side, right foot up and out to the side. Looking around the arms, keep the elbows tucked in and shoulder blades together. Good, and move the two legs at the same time. One last one, and then back to the middle. Perfect. Tuck the toes underneath the feet, elbows are tucked in. Keep the shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees. Lift the knees up and lower. Good. 1. We're going to go for 5. 2. 3. Keep the elbows tucked in. The fourth one, we're going to march the feet. Elbows tucked in, lift the feet, and marching up and down. Good. So just engaging the abs, getting a little bit of obliques working now as we lift the one foot up, back down. And then the fifth one, we're going to lift the hands up and down. So lift the knees up, right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand. Down at the hips, swing side to side. Keep them in the middle. And last one, and rest the knees down. Perfect. We're going to turn over onto our back next. Rest the head onto our block. We're going to grab the cushion. Reach the hands up to the ceiling. Hold the cushion in the hands. We're just going to set the shoulder blades very quickly. Gentle squeeze of the circle. Reach the hands up. Drop the shoulders back. Reach the hands up. Drop the shoulders back. Keep the elbows straight the whole time. 1 or 2 more. And keep the elbows tucked in, pointing to the toes. Now imprint the spine. Bring the rib cage down. Legs to tabletop. And tap the toes off the mat. 1, 2, 3. Keep the elbows tucked in. 4. Shoulders drop back. 6. And elbows straight. And don't forget about the imprint. So bringing a little bit of upper body control now. So we can't focus on the imprint as much. You've got a lot more to think about. And bring the feet down. Next one. Elbows straight. Feet on the mat. Imprint the spine. Rib cage comes down. Bring the hands back behind the head. Touch the circle off the floor. And then back up. 1, 2. As you do this, keep the elbows straight. So just getting used to this movement. 3. Have the elbows pointed down towards the toes and up to the ceiling as the hands come back behind the head. 4. And last one, focus on the ribs. Pull the rib cage down and in. Make sure the ribs don't pop up at the end of this movement. And hands back to the ceiling. Perfect. Imprint the spine. Legs to tabletop. We're going to do double leg toe taps and that movement together. So imprint the spine. 2 feet down, hands back behind the head, tabletop and hands to the ceiling. 1, 2. Keep a 2-inch gap between the knees and the feet all the time. 3, 4. Touch the circle of the cushion off the mat or off the mat behind you. 5, 6. Good. Keep the rib cage down. 7. You want to focus along here. 8. Last 2. 9. One last one. Gentle squeeze of the circle. 10. Legs to tabletop. And then bring the feet down. Perfect. Little bit for the glutes today. Circle between the thighs. Hands by the side. Imprint and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting our pelvic floor muscles working here as we engage our glutes and our abs. 5, 6. Imprint the spine. Exaggerate the imprint. 7. So you're trying to roll the hips back as far as you can. 8. 2 more. 9. Back down. One last one. 10. And back down onto the mat and have a rest. Good. We're going to use the circle today for a lot of our ab work. So we're bringing the pelvic floor muscles engaged as well. We've done a little bit more for the upper body. So we're branching out from just the abs and trying to bring our concentration in other parts, so the ab contraction, the ab recruitment has to become more automatic now. So, circle between the thighs, we're going to go for one set of hundreds. Hands by the side, reach the hands to the bottom of the mat, chin is tucked in, squeeze the circle, head and shoulders up off the mat, and beat the hands. 2, 5, breathe out, 2, 4, 5 and in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 4, 5 and in, 2, 5 out, 2, 4, 5 in, 2, 5 out, 2, 4, 5. Keep squeezing the circle nice and tight. Good, breathe in, 2, 4, 5 out, 2, 4, 5. Drop the shoulder blades back. Good, keep beating the hands up and down nice and smooth. Chin is tucked in, head and shoulders up nice and high, and elbows pointing down to the mat. Good, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last breath in, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest back down, and take the circle out from between the legs. Next what we're going to do some roll-ups. So straighten the legs down onto the mat, and again we're going to use the circle. So hands up to the ceiling, imprint the spine, big deep breath in, breathe all the way out, bring the ribs down, hands to the ceiling, bring the hands back, make sure the elbows are pointing up to the ceiling at the start, and then arms forward, gentle squeeze of the circle, chin to the chest, up nice and tall, chest is forward, shoulder blades are back at the end, and then back down. 1, 2, and back down. 3, keep the elbows tucked into the palm, the point of the elbow is pointing down as you roll up, and as you come back down, the hands come back behind the head, the point of the elbow is pointing up to the ceiling. It's never pointing out to the side. Good. Come back down, imprint, keep the rib cage down, arms forward, shoulder blades back, up nice and tall, control on the way down, squeeze the abs. Good. 2 more. Good. One last one, nice and slow on the way down. When you come down, keep that ribs pulled down, don't let them pop forward, hands back behind the head, keep squeezing the abs, spine imprinted, up nice and tall, and then back down onto the mat and rest down. Good. Bend the knees. Next what we're going to do, again, we're going to bring the shoulder blades into a little bit more and a bit of focus towards the abs. We're going to hold the circle up towards the ceiling. We're going to imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, squeeze the circle, and little flutter kicks. Good. Focus on the imprint. Remember, we're pulling the shoulder blades back and down, squeezing the circle, and tucking the elbows in. So we're focusing a little bit more on the shoulders this time. Good, keep squeezing the back down. Good, and then bend the knees and bring the feet down. So as we add in different areas we focus on, the movements become more complex. Instead of just thinking about the abs, we think about the shoulders. And once we think about 2 areas, we tend to neglect one of them a little bit. We're not able to focus on the abs as much as we did before. So we have to make those movements more automatic now. Same again, this time hands to the ceiling, spine imprinted, legs to tabletop, straighten the 2 legs to the ceiling. We're going to roll up and reach the circle up towards the ceiling. We're going to drop the legs a couple of inches and back up. 1, chin is tucked in. 2, 3, elbows are tucked in. 4, shoulder blades are up off the mat. 5, 6, keep the spine imprinted. 7, 8, 9, one last one. 10, bend the knees, head down, feet down, and rest down. So bring a little bit more of the upper abs there as well. Perfect. Lead the circle down to the side now. We're finished with that. Big deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. Legs to tabletop. Hands back behind the head and some roll ups into both poses. Up nice and tall. And then back down. 1. Up. 2. We're going to go for 10. 3. Chest forward at the end. 4. Back down. 5. We're halfway there. Remember, stick chest forward at the end. 6. 4 more. 5. 3 more. Last 2. Arms parallel to the floor at the top. Make sure the heels don't touch the mat. Last 1. Good. And then back down onto the mat and rest the feet down. Next we're going to come into rolling a ball, and we're going to do a few exercises in bow pose, just to challenge the abs a little bit more. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, arms forward, into bow pose, and then heels onto the mat. So hands onto the front of the shin, we're going to rock back onto the hips, elbows up nice and high, shoulder blades back and down, tuck the chin in, and rolling like a ball. Don't let the heels touch the mat. We're going to go for 5. 2, keep the chin tucked in as you roll back. 3, chest forward at the end, chin tucked in, roll back. 4, one last one. 5, and balancing at the top and rest the feet down. Good. Last one's we're going to come back to some flutter kicks, but this time we're going to do them in bow pose. So if you want to start, keep the hands back either side. Makes it a little bit easier. So hands back either side, out nice and wide. Pinch the shoulder blades back. We're going to bend the knees, feet, hips, knees and ankles at 90 degrees. We're going to straighten the 2 legs and little flutter kicks. Good. If you want to make it harder, bring the hands out in front. Perfect. Pinch the shoulder blades back, elbows pointing down, the arms are in front. If the hands are behind, twist the point of the elbows towards each other. Really pinch those shoulder blades together. Good, stick the chest forward. We're getting the upper abs working. And then bend the knees and bring the feet down. We're going to go for double leg lowers next. So what we're going to try and do, again, hands back to make it a little bit easier, or hands in front to make it a little bit harder. We're going to straighten the legs, lower and lift. If you find it's too difficult to lift up as you lower the legs down, bend. Straighten, lower, bend. To make it a little bit harder, keep them straight. Lift up and down, and to make it even harder again, 2 arms in front, like that. Perfect, this is the last exercise, we're finished after that. Well, a little bit of stretching. So we'll start, we're going to go for 10, I'm going to do 3 in each position. So pinch the shoulder blades back, straighten the legs, reach the arms out in front if you want, lower, bend, straighten, lower, bend, straighten, lower, bend. If you want to make it harder, keep the legs straight, lift and lower. 5, 6, make it even harder again, reach the hands out in front. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees and rest the legs down. Perfect, we're going to stretch out the back today. So we're coming over onto our stomach, resting down, have the elbows tucked underneath you, hands on the mat. We're going to stretch the lower back, extend the arms. Good. Big deep breath in at the top. Expand the lungs and flex or extend the back a little bit more. And then breathe out. Come back down again. Extend the arms again. If you can, walk the hands a little bit closer to you. Pinch the shoulder blades so they're back and down. Looking up in front. And then lower down. Good. Bring the hands back a little bit further again. So they're underneath the shoulders now. Elbows tucked in. Pinch the shoulders back. And lift the chest up, breathing out. Big deep breath in, and breathing out. Good, extend the elbows if you can. If you can't, have a little bend in them, like I have now. We want to try and lock them out, but keep the pelvis on the mat. Don't just lift up like that. And come back down. Perfect. Bring your knees in now. 2 knees together, and sit back onto your heels. Good, so you get a nice round back, reach the hands out in front, keep sitting back on the heels and stretch the fingertips forward. Good. Then reach the hands out to the left. Perfect. And then reach out to the right. Big deep breath in and breathe out. Good. Back to the middle, not too much of a stretch, but reach the right hand underneath the arm and crawl the fingers as far away from you as you can, keeping the hips sitting on the heels. Back to the middle, and left hand crawling all the way to the right. Move yourself away from the wall as you do this. Good. And then back to the middle. And that's this week's class. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of extra work for the abs. We're trying to recruit other muscles around them the way your body naturally would in everyday life. It doesn't just work the ab muscles on their own. You'd be walking in the street, the legs are moving, the arms are moving. We're trying to bring the body's attention away from the abs, position the rest of the body in a nice posture, but also keep those abs recruited. See you next week. Bye bye.